Sometimes you just gotta let your hair drop down. Should I just go around like this from now on? So you've started a new company. Maybe you've built the website. You have a name. You have a general idea of the concept of what you're selling. And you've been working really hard. Now it's time to get the word out. How do you get the word out about a new business? This video is brought to you by Email 10K. Learn how to book meetings with billion-dollar brands and take your company to the next level at email10k.com. Well, let's start with a story. When I was developing this marketing agency, X27, which eventually went on to become a 7-figure agency, I knew that we had to get the word out. I knew we had to get our offer in front of potential buyers. And you might have some options if you've Googled around at all. The gurus recommend things like Facebook ads or even posting on Craigslist, going to meetups. Our favorite channel, because it's cheap and very easy to test things, has been cold email. And that's what I did with the marketing agency X27. I actually started with other agencies that might buy content marketing as a white label. And I crafted an email to them and I sent an email to them, and that's how we got the word out. When I moved over to lead generation, we got the word out the same exact way, creating a list of companies that might buy lead generation and sending them crafted emails. Eventually that evolved into us offering marketing services specifically for digital agencies. And we actually did a very in-depth video about the exact cold emails and everything we used there. But it was that simple for us to get the word out. And I'll talk in a second about the exact process we used to find the channel, because cold email might not be the best channel for your business. It might be Facebook ads. It might be meetups or going to events. It might be something else. So let me go through the process and I'll show you how I think about getting the word out for new businesses and what you should do too. What you want to do first is identify what marketing skill you rock at. If you're new, you can skip this step and just keep going. But if you have any sort of past, think about what you've done in the past when it comes to marketing channels. Were you really good at answering Quora questions in the past? Are you a Facebook ads expert in the making? Have you run Facebook ads before? Have you sent cold emails? Are you doing PR? Like, what is the skill that you have been working on either purposely or just by accident in your off time? What have you been working on the past few years? What is the channel that's drawing your attention? For me, it's cold email, and it's now evolved into Facebook ads, webinars, and there's all these other marketing skills that I'm working on now. But my core is email. So if I'm gonna create a new business, I'm gonna think about first what the skill is. So I'll pick email, and then I'll build the entire business around something that can be sold via cold email. So if your skill is Facebook ads, build a business that can be sold via Facebook ads. If your skill is going to events and shaking hands, build a business that can be built around that. You can craft the business completely around the marketing channel. And that's actually the first place I would start, is what marketing skill are you good at? I wouldn't start with, I want to sell websites. I would start with, I want to sell via cold email, and then build a business around that. And there's a bunch of other examples. Maybe it's affiliate marketing. So write down what channel you are best at right now. If you had to pick a marketing channel to master in the next 6 months, what channel would it be? Cold email, join Email 10K. What channel would it be? So if you're like me and you're good at cold email, everything about your business should be optimized for cold email. That means you need an irresistible case study that can be explained in one sentence, a no-brainer offer that's gonna get people to buy now, and that's basically it. For affiliates, it would be niche audiences, so access to whatever audiences, and very high margins, so pick the market first. If it's ads that you're good at, then everything in your business should be built around using ads. So I would pick something with a fairly low price so that it's cheap to test. You're not gonna have to spend 20 grand. A good niche audience that is easy to access via interest targeting, solid landing pages that get the value across, etc. Everything about the business is built around the marketing channel. For local businesses, it's gonna be mailers or cold calls are gonna be your two things. And if you don't like those channels, do not sell to local businesses, because that's how you're gonna have to contact them. The second thing is, after you've identified what marketing channel you are great at or want to learn in the next 6 months, identify who is the customer and where do they live. Not just on the channel, but makes their buying decisions on the channel. So if you're selling via cold email, you want your customers to be buying via email. If you're selling via ads, you want customers to be buying via ads. So go through and pick your target audience based on people that will use that channel. And other people that you're interested in, who do you actually want to sell to? Follow one of the other videos where we go through industries to target, and make sure you go after golden geese, so companies with between $5 million and $150 million in revenue, because we found they are the easiest to sell to and the lowest maintenance type of clients. They have massive budgets and they're easy to sell to because there are only a few decision makers that can either say yes or no, versus an enterprise company where it might take years to sell to them, or a mom and pop where you can sell quick but they don't have any money. Then the third thing you want to do after you've identified what marketing channel you're good at or want to learn in the next 6 months and picked the type of person that you're going after, now craft a strategy to hit that channel the right way. This strategy is going to be custom for every single business. The cold email process we actually have covered in detail in our course, Email 10K. There's 10 scripts in that course that are worth checking out that are laid out for every single niche you could possibly think of in the business-to-business space. So you create a strategy with your marketing superpower in mind, and the reason I'm talking so much about cold email is because that's my superpower. If your thing is Facebook ads, then you'll know what to do. Like, you build a retargeting ladder for the retargeting, you'll create your ad tests, etc. So create that strategy. What do those ads look like? What do those landing pages look like? What do those cold emails look like? What do they see when they copy your URL into their page? What website do they go to, etc. Then once the strategy's mapped out, number 4 is hit that channel as hard as possible. That is, you pick one channel only, the one you're gonna master, and you hit that as hard as you possibly can. If you've chosen PR, then email thousands of press people, not hundreds, thousands with your pitch. If it's ads, spend $10,000 to $20,000 pushing this thing before you give up. By the way, that's why ads are a bad idea for newbies. You really wanna put like 20, 30K into an idea. You don't wanna give up after 1,000 or 2,000 spent. Cold email's free. And if it's email, you wanna send 2,000 emails, cold emails. Not all at once, you wanna slowly ramp up following the process, but eventually you wanna get to that target. And another thing about this is, I said 2,000. Honestly, you wanna set your goals way, way higher than that. So for instance, let's say you wanna run 6 or 7 cold email tests, get something optimized, get it going, and then have a goal of 20,000, even 200,000 emails to reach the people you wanna reach. And these are not 200,000 spam emails. It might be easy to create an email list of 200,000 and just blast something out, but following this process and creating 200,000 customized, crafted emails, that'll make you a couple $1 million. So it's worth putting that time in. And it's the same with ads. If you have a custom ad strategy and you pay a lot of attention to it and put 30 grand in over the next 3 months, it will work out. That's what's cool about these business channels. If you pick and master any one business channel, anything works. Cold email, webinars, anything works. But if you put in the time and the money to make it happen, you'll succeed. A lot of people will go from channel to channel, or they'll try multiple ones at once. They'll try to launch their business on Product Hunt and Reddit and Twitter and Facebook ads and cold email and PR, and they'll try like a billion things. When if they just focused on Twitter for 6 months, or they just focused on cold email for 6 months, they would have enough money to hire an expert at whatever next channel. Go channel by channel by channel. And then number 5, if you fail, be ready to move on. I know, this business was your dream. You told everyone about it. You were so hyped about it. But if you spend $10,000, $20,000 on ads and nobody's buying, or if you've sent 3,000, 4,000 emails and you've hired a coach to help you, like, I would hire a coach on any of these. If you're like $10,000 into Facebook ads, I would definitely hire somebody before you spend another 10K. But then guess what? You tried a version of the stream and it didn't work out, and you just gotta cut and run. Learn from what you did and move on. Create something related. Maybe you found out that this channel doesn't work for you. It doesn't matter how hard you try on Facebook ads, you're just not a Facebook ads person. Or YouTube videos. Maybe you're making YouTube videos for 6, 7 months and you're trying everything. You've even hired a YouTube coach to help you and it's just not generating leads for your business. This is not the channel for you. Don't waste another 6 months on YouTube. Stop. When I started my YouTube channel, we were making money within 3, 4 months. That's the way a working channel should be. And if it doesn't do that for you, you gotta go. Try it myself, then buy a course, then hire a coach, and then if it still doesn't work, give up. That's the way that I would go through it. And actually the way I learn all these new channels, everything from email marketing to webinars to even YouTube. So if your test didn't work out, if your new business didn't get the hype that you thought it deserved, then you can either learn from the results of the channel and keep pushing. So let's say you're sending a bunch of cold emails and consistently people are saying your idea seems too good to be true. Well, make the idea a little more realistic and send more emails and get more feedback, and you might actually be able to iterate your way into a good business. There's actually no way you can fail. If you follow this process, if you actually follow it and you don't not ask questions because you're embarrassed or you just don't give up, you will succeed. That's what's so cool about business. You wanna know why there's so many plumbers out there that are crushing it? It's because anyone can start a plumbing business. Anyone can start any sort of business if they put in the time and they actually are committed to learning. That's what's so cool about this whole process. Anyone can be an entrepreneur. So you're either learning from the results of the channel and you keep pushing. You can try a new marketing channel. Let's say cold email just isn't working for your business. Maybe your business would be better sold via webinar or via Facebook ads. Or number 3, craft a new and better offer. That all depends on the results. If you get a bunch of bites, but no actual closed deals, then I wouldn't give up on the channel at all. You can tweak a couple things and make a bunch of money right there. So I wouldn't give up at that point. The only time I would move on is if everyone ignored you and you had no results. But if you're following and listening to a course and you have a coach to help you, there's no way this is gonna happen. And I also wanna tell you what it should feel like when you succeed. You want an idea that crushes it. You want an idea that people are like beating each other up over to get. And if your business isn't that, it's going to be so much harder to sell this stuff. And until you find that idea, it's better to keep your tests light. So sending 100 cold emails at a time and just kind of seeing what is going on, even 20 cold emails at a time. Testing your ads for small amounts of money, but still large enough to get the deals done. So for instance, if I'm selling a $250 course with 100% profit margin, that's $750 per ad test. It gets expensive. But if I'm selling a little bottle of barbecue sauce and it's $9, then I'm spending $3 to close, so I can spend $9 per ad test. It's a little cheaper. You're not going off the cliff with that. But that's also why I tend to avoid ads when starting a business, because I like to sell things that are more expensive. I don't like to sell $9 bottles of barbecue sauce. I like to sell $1,000 courses, $15,000 consulting packages, $100,000 deals. That's what gets me going a little more. So for those channels, ads just get so expensive so quick to test. That's why I don't really touch them. Except for this course. We are actually doing really well with ads now. So what are you gonna do? But for you starting out, it's better to use cold email because it's direct and you can get responses the same day for free. So check out email10k.com, which goes over exactly how to do that. This video is brought to you by Email10k.
Prior to working with Alex, I actually tried Facebook advertising. I tried Bing, Google ads for my business, and it just, they weren't working. It was just a big learning curve for me, and there was a lot that was involved. And it was crazy because I had stumbled upon Alex and I thought it was completely bogus. I'm like, there's no way. Nobody does outbound emails at all anymore. Or at all in general. That doesn't really work. Cold emails don't really work. And the more and more I heard what he was doing, the more and more I realized, you know, I needed to have something in my business that could be consistent, that I could measure. Even today, I got a couple of meetings while I'm on a business trip. So Alex has brought consistencies to my business that I didn't have before.
Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe for more content like this. Smash the like button because YouTube loves when you do that. So just bam, pop that like button. And we do videos 3 times a week, so stick around, watch our past videos. We've got a ton of content on marketing, sales, how to grow your company, etc. And then check out Email10k if you want to get your first 10 clients with cold email. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.